There's been a lot of times that many of my clients, they've been telling me that they are not making profits in their business, you know, and I always ask them, how much profit do you make per block? And they fail to tell me. Now, I do understand why many people are failing to make profits when doing their business. It's because they don't know how to calculate their profit and loss when they're running the cement block business. Cement block business can be very tricky because there are so many factors that can affect the profits that you're going to be making when you're doing the business. Sometimes it is the behaviors or the way we conduct our business, the way we buy our materials that affects the profit that we make at the end of the day. I can give an example. You will find that a client will be choosing to be buying 20-ton trips of the Qualidust instead of buying 30-ton trips of Qualidust. Because the more Qualidust you buy per trip, the more money you are going to save, because it will reduce the amount of trips that you're going to make to and from to the supplier. Because you will find that the amount that they're going to charge you for transporting the Qualidust to come to a site might be the same, but then you're making a lot of losses if you're buying less Qualidust for that to be delivered at your site. So you would rather buy the highest amount of Qualidust at one time instead of buying it in small numbers. And another thing that customers ignore is the amount of blocks that you make per day. If you are making 800 blocks per day instead of making, let's say, 1,500 or 2,000 blocks per day, this will also affect your profit at the end of the day, because it will take longer for you to do 10,000 blocks. It might take you more than a month or a month to make 10,000 blocks, while you can be able to make that in 15 days. So the quicker you are going to produce your blocks, the better. The other factor is also how you pay your salaries for your workers. Because sometimes if you are paying per block, it helps the workers to be producing the blocks faster because they want to make their money faster. But if you're paying a salary, the workers are going to drag the process of making the blocks. At the end of the day, it is going to affect your profit. Just like I said, the longer it takes you to make their blocks, the more money it's going to cost you to produce those blocks. At the end, eating away your profits. So these are the small little things that many of my customers ignore, that they don't understand, and then at the end of the day, they're making losses. The other thing is being able to calculate the cost of materials. That is why I'm always sharing on Facebook how much and how many bags of cement, what quantity of Qualidust you need to produce a certain particular number of blocks. This is going to help you to know how much it's going to cost you per block. I'm going to do a video that will help us to calculate a cost of a block, so that we are able to know how much it actually costs us to produce a block. Because once you understand how much it is costing you to make a block, it's going to be also very easy for you to know how much you can be able to sell that block. Because if you don't know how much profit or loss you're making from your business, then you might be selling your blocks at a loss and without you being able to know. So you should be able to know that this block is costing me so much. Because of that, then it's going to be easier for you to calculate your profits and losses. And the other thing that the people that are running the businesses don't understand is they don't understand that when you're producing blocks, you have what they call fixed costs. Those are costs that you pay that are fixed. For instance, we can say about the cost of the cement, a bag of cement. A bag of cement is a fixed cost, because if you are buying it today at 15,000 kwacha, tomorrow you're going to buy it at 15,000 kwacha. The other day you'll buy it at 15,000 kwacha. It's fixed cost. If they're telling you that the Qualidust is 15 kwacha per ton, tomorrow is going to be 15 kwacha per ton, next week is still going to be 15 kwacha per ton. That's a fixed cost. But the variable cost, cost that comes because of factors like time, speed. Say for instance, if you are paying your workers per block, it is a fixed cost, of course, because now if they make every block that they make, they get a certain amount of blocks. But at the end of the day, if you are paying them, say for example, you're paying them per day or per hour, it's not that much fixed, because they can produce more blocks today and they can produce less blocks tomorrow, but you will still be paying them the same amount of money. So these variable costs are the ones that affects mainly the profit that you make. The fixed costs, because you already know them, but the variable costs, you don't know them. They make life very difficult, like, you know, cost of water when you're watering. Sometimes you can use more drums of water today for watering your blocks. Tomorrow you might use less. Those are the variable costs. Now, the profit that you make in the cement block business is lying on the variable costs. If you are able to know how to play around with your variable costs, it makes it very easy for you to make profits. So, and also makes it very easy for you to actually enhance that profit. Say for example, you can say, okay, I'll pay my workers per block, but I'll also give them an incentive to say, if you are able to do so much blocks per day, I am going to pay you a certain bonus. So it will force them to produce more blocks, therefore making it easier for you to be able to make more money. If you are paying a salary, which is also a variable cost, but you can also give an incentive to say, okay, I'm going to pay you so much every month, but I need you to make a certain amount of blocks per day. And if you manage to do that, I'm going to give you a bonus. And that can also help you. So these are the things that you need to know how to play around with, so that you can be able to enhance your profit in the cement block business. So if you cannot understand these things that I've mentioned, it makes it very difficult for you to run this business. So in the first place, you need to know how to calculate your materials, how to calculate your how much cement, bags of cement you're going to produce, and also should be able to know how many blocks I should be producing in a day. You should be able to understand that also time has a very big factor that can affect your profit. So those are the things that I wanted to share. If you have any questions that you would like to ask me, feel free to ask, and I'm always here to answer. My goal is to make sure that you understand this, so that you can join the industry and you can come and buy machines from us. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment.